one. Hello everybody, Toa Ben here, and we'll be continuing off with Trick or Treat. No, why can I not? Anyway, in last episode we found out that the girl right in front of us is actually a cat. Well, a cat that was actually a girl. Strange, but oh well. And she currently healed us by apparently licking us. I'm letting that sink in. So, let's see what's going to continue. I slightly reforced. No doubt, to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closed her eyes and nodded a couple of times. It's okay. It's not like I can blame your curiosity, seeing where we are. Then she looked at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me? Perhaps you are a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries, she asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the insides of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that, I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I muttered boringly, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest, and you can see the stories are not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here. I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Ashley may have. Again, she closed her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks at me in the eyes. How can she? She only got one. It's because of those stupid myths that stupid humans come to this forest like you. Then she looked at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We are to blame? I replied, feeling offended, as she suddenly looked at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come, my existence would have been nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that it is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. But you're the one who caused all this. I was quick to respond. I don't even bother to hide my anger. Is she actually? I'm trying to think now. Like, they technically went in... Yeah, maybe. Like, she did roar at them. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opened her eyes wide, surprised. Then she looked at me with annoyance in her red eyes. She's only got one eye. Well, we all know it's hidden by her hair, but it's like more funnier this way, okay? Do you not understand, stupid human? I definitely don't like this girl. I'm enjoying her. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? She exclaimed indiscriminately. You attacked me and attacked my friends, only to protect us? Yes. Look how confident. Oh my god. She simply replied. At the same time, she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. After everything she did to me and my friends, I can't stand her any longer. Wait! I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stopped in my tracks as soon as I heard her. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubts. Suddenly a shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I tried to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers. And as a last resort, I scare them directly, as if it was in your case. Ashley, confused, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassment of remembering. And why do you do that? I asked, confused. Something isn't right here. Ashley stared at me with her red eyes. She's only got one, buddy. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives away. Why do I feel like that's the other girl? What you say doesn't sound very convincing. Immediately interrupted. The only evil entity here is you. Oh shoot, that's him. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You are wrong. I am the good one. Why do I feel like if we went to the other girl first, she'd say the same thing? Then she looked into my eyes with pure innocence in hers. Ha 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 ha! I could only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. After doing all that you say, you're good? Don't laugh! I'm trying to protect you! Replied Ashley fiercely while waving her arms. Like, Then she crossed her arms, giving me an unpleasant look. Do you expect me to believe that? She replied sarcastically. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seemed oddly convinced that it was the truth. She surely is a bit wrong in the head. It's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounded really worried about me. I actually felt a little sorry for her. Ashley then stayed silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. However, she soon recovered her proud attitude. If you want to hold my hand, I won't harm you. Oh my gosh, she suddenly says. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if she was a great honor to be able to touch her. Oh, hold on a moment. I just gotta close the door so the cat doesn't come in. I'm back. You won't do anything strange? I asked distrustfully, but after seeing her again, I don't think she was lying. Ashley nods in confidence. If I may interrupt the story at a moment, I'm really glad I don't actually have to worry about actually pronouncing strange names for once. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? At the same time, I extended my hand. Oh boy. Ashley opens her eyes, surprised, after hearing my question. Then she stares at me with annoyance. Are you stupid? Obviously, to guide you out of this forest, she said as she takes my hand in one quick move. Then I find myself being dragged by the strange girl. But this is the opposite away from where the merciless voice comes. I said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It's the other girl. It charms men and makes them her victims. Think of it as a siren. Ashley explains in a bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seems she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Wouldn't you be the one who collects souls for fools? Wouldn't you be? Okay. I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. If only if I were more popular. Ashley stopped suddenly, then she turns to me, showing me a frustrated face. Are you an idiot? I already said I'm the good one. For a moment I thought she was going to hit me on the head, but fortunately she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay, I merely responded as if I was a scolded child. But if you eat me, I'll make sure to give you the worst indigestion in your life. You idiot! I don't eat humans! Replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snot. 3:11 a.m. Oh. "7 minutes have passed since I walked hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning I didn't trust her at all, but more time passed and the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. At least it's not furry. I blushed just thinking about it. Even if she's a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sighed. Come on, Alex, composure. Even with every step, the curse of the farce seems to weaken. The atmosphere was less progressive every minute, until finally I was able to forget about the unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rot smell had also disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say that I was in common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little bit more to get out. Let's keep moving. Then I sighed, on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I'm really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot, do you really think that all witches are evil? She was right. In general, the general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if the stereotypes were truthful. She closed her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I have supernatural powers, but I've never used them to do harm. As she lowers her sights and pauses, suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust she is good. But there's still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that she was almost adorable. Almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance, so I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explains, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body. We have it like a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those needs. In return, she lets me stay in her body. Can she possess dust? As she talks, she blushes shyly. I see. I think that's a fair deal. I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is I found it a little funny. Turns out that she is both a girl and a cat that answers some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants, she can be very cute. Too bad that it happens so rarely. Not saying more, Ashley continues to walk to the exit. This time, I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are. Ashley just said a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here. Your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight, Ashley said, giving me a suitable farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. She takes a looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice, with no joke. What is it? I asked full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend. Then she murmured with a full air of sadness. I can understand she asked for something like this. I want you to help me keep other people out. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it and replace the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger? You want me to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves and ferocious animals? On second thought, there is a logic in what you ask. If you remove the element of magic, that only leaves danger of exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nodded and looked into my eyes blushingly. Yes, exactly, she said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me. I responded with determination. I wanted to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Buddy, how are you gonna do that? You're like around 17 or 18. Thank you. She closes her eyes for a moment, then inflates her chest with pride. You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you. I complained angrily. This girl simply will never change. After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. It made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervous, beating as if it was with a normal girl. Suddenly she stares at me and gets close to her face, as less than an inch from mine. Again she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is, but this time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, to make me very nervous. This is the farewell, she suddenly said. Then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Oh, what's going to happen? Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. And with that, we'll be ending the video. Oh, come on! Anyway, with that, we'll be ending the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like if you want to see more. Please leave a comment to hear what your favourite part is. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.